rather than trying to use it as the wall as a way to kind of section off parts of the map and slow down a push, or maybe keep the site a little bit more secure. Don't be surprised if we see that here. Happy on the Sage, Taimou on the Brim. Everything pretty much looking standard. And we do have the Reyna play coming in here from Team izak. It's going to be izak who's on the Reyna. So a little bit of a shakeup compared to what we've seen sometimes in the past, where he's played the Brim, but he's been playing the Reyna, I think, all day today, actually.
Yeah, we started off having a quick look on the other best of 3 once we were finished with the first one. 2 quick 2-0s to start off the day, but things have been heating up coming off of both matches going all the way to game 3. We'll see if that's where we're going to end up here. Starting us off, it is, I believe, Team Taimou, not Team Existence, that are currently playing on attack. We'll get that sorted out for you guys as soon as we possibly can. Already, Taimou himself will be the one to fall. izak just going to find 2 quick kills down long, looking for the third, but it's going to be Happy that'll trade it away as we transfer over to a battle in U-Haul.
TrilluXe with the Frenzy on site. Out of the showers, fighting with pyth. It's a bit of an awkward duel as the Frenzy does not exactly behave well at range. You've got cxzdsaewq, also known as Lothar. Great name. Very easy to pronounce. In the 1-on-3.
Last time we saw Lothar, him and his team were rolling up against Existence, but unfortunately stopped at a halt. We saw great op plays from Lothar. We saw great Hunter's Furies. But kind of the ticket here for Team izak is if they do not get an op on some of their crucial members, they actually start to crumble. They don't really have the, I wouldn't say firepower to deal with the opposition, but they really start to struggle if they don't get to that point where the economy is just rolling in. And they don't either want to risk force buying an op without having utility, without having armor. So they're really trying to play as controlled as possible. But if you don't take risks, you'll never find off if it pays off. You never find out if it pays off, rather. Locked and loaded here for the attack. See how they set things up, spread out across the map.
Deep Molly coming in over towards A. There's the camera as well, trying to spot out the player positioning. izak's got the Leer ready to pull the trigger on the flash. You've got the pistols in play over here. Through that cyber cage goes izak. The Leer doesn't help out so well. Gob has to fall back into the site, spotted out by Happy, who dive bombs from hookah. Soulcas did see one kind of coming through the showers, and that'll be the Sova who's now retreating.
Wow.
Happy takes a little bit of time, but ends up getting 2 more, and it'll be a 3K on the round. You know that Happy wants another 4K. He's had plenty of those throughout the tournament. There's one player remaining. It's Lothar, playing on the Sova, pushing through from short.
Seems to be the last player remaining for the past 2 rounds. Maybe the trend will benefit him some clean rounds, but with that spike going down, he cannot pick up the ult orb. Found a Spectre for himself, but very likely Team Taimou, they smell blood in the water. They're going to start hunting down their prey. Happy going to be the Hammerhead Shark leading the charge, dropping down from heaven. Lothar trying to play it smart. Doesn't really have the range up against the Bulldog. The shots do connect, though. Going to upgrade. I think that was a Spectre, though, over for Happy, so corrections there. No Bulldog until, but the rest of the Sharks are ready to play. Fortunately for Lothar, if he really wanted to, he could sprint over and get the spike defused, but it's not really having a whole lot of time left to get that done. Recon Bolt going to very likely give away his position, and the rest of the team still trying to push forward and grab him. But it's just going to be the 2-0 here. Start for Team Taimou. Weapons online now for Team izak. Let's see how they fancy themselves up against Team Taimou.
Vandals coming out for 2 here. Gombi and Zonix. TrilluXe and izak rocking the Phantoms. SMG for Lothar, who's obviously bringing that gun in from the previous round. Gombi played really well on the B site earlier when we watched them play on Bind. Taimou was going to go up on top of the wall, but not going to spot anyone. No aggression this round. We did see izak play that way aggressively on Long B early in the first 2 rounds. This time playing back a little bit further. Gob spots an angle. Great shots coming out from Gob, pulsing on that Vandal to take down Soulcas.
And even with the ADS, just to make sure that his shots were just as accurate as possible. Already 2 down for the attack. Still going to try to force their way through on this B site. The spike all the way down back near the fountain. They'll still try to push their way through. Happy going to find one, as well as Onscreen following up with one of his own. An interesting round to win if they continue at this rate. Still 3 strong, or 2.5 rather, as the Brimstone's kind of low on HP. Lothar going to find Happy a little bit of a redemption kill after the first 2 rounds. And looks like the attacker going to start their way over towards the A site. Still the 2v3 doable in the context of the match, but with TrilluXe hiding in the cubby, it's going to be just that much more difficult. Around the corner he goes. Taimou going to take him down and now swaps over to the Vandal. Has the spike in tow, but the 1v2 can be quite difficult. Makes it a 1v1. And now it's the quick run around from Gob. He's got to make his way over to the site. The spike's down. Let's see how he does.
Gob running back through mid. Taking his time currently. Doesn't want to give away the position. Taimou, though, far enough away. Little does Gob know that Taimou has played over towards the showers. Gob trying to work it through from back on. Oh, tries to duck down under the wire. Spots it. That gives away the position. Taimou is in a great spot. This should be around here. Coming in. Great play from Taimou, who wraps all the way back around. A little bit of an interesting thing there. You could see the tripwire down on the mini-map. And as he got up close, realized he had no choice. Had to shoot it. Tried to duck it. Wasn't possible. So Team Taimou pick up the first 3 off the back of an impressive 1v2 clutch from Taimou.
Definitely not a round that you want to lose. You full buy, you force buy, you're ready to try to contend. Of course, it goes down to the 1v1, but it's really just the clutch factor of how stacked Team Taimou really is. On a map like Bind, things are a lot more even in comparison to Split and Ascent, making things very doable for both teams to come out with wins. And already starting like a round that is won in the pocket here for Team Taimou. The Sheriff in Hookah has been taken down, and it's the 2-2 split across both sites. They'll call that rotate over, thinking it's going to be the B push. Let's see how they play this. Gob in position. A couple of shots early on, but has to back away. Can't land those in time.
Shock darts going out in towards Hookah. Happy is here with the Vandal, watching the tuna can. We're just waiting for the inevitability of Happy firing away, and there it is. Lothar falls as he tries to rotate out of the site. Gob is in position inside the tuna can with just a pistol, the Ghost. Meanwhile, on screen over towards Showers, fighting off against one. There's the swing out from Zonix, not able to beat the opposition. Things are falling across the map here. Brim's on site with only a frenzy. TrilluXe can't make it work. Taimou continue to dominate their opponent early on. We talked about it coming into the series. On paper, Team Taimou, one of the stronger teams in their group. We even talked about it coming into the last map. Team Taimou, likely the strongest team in their group. After beating Team Existence, possibly proving that point, this is feeling like it could be a bit of a bloodbath, with Team Taimou taking a quick 2-0 unless things turn around quick.
So look at this. I talked about this a little earlier on. Lothar and company really feel a lot more comfortable once they have an op in play. This might be the difference maker. Yes, they lost a couple of rounds, but once they have an operator in their hands, they can really start to turn things back around into their favor. It's going to be obviously the test of time to see if that's going to be the case. A minute 30 on the clock. But for the side of Team Taimou, they're still looking to push in. The executes are going to be clean. The shot's not going to connect. Unfortunately, Lothar shifts his gaze over towards the Showers, but does not see that shot through that trigger. Oof.
I know exactly. Didn't mean to cut you off, but I wanted to see if he was going to fire. I just wanted him to shoot so bad. I was hoping that I could will it into existence, as he was right on where it needed to be. The site's been lost, though. I mean, it's a 5-on-3, and you can see it already. They're pulling the ripcord. It's time to get out, save the guns, bring them into the next round. They're going to surrender a 5th round. Simo, this is awful right now for Team izak. They are struggling to do anything against Team Taimou.
Barrier orb going to be put up here by Gob. just held up in the back, and the hyenas are hungry. They smell that there's meat on the other side. They'll start to push through. Shots already ringing out. The defenders are not safe here. The shock dart is clean. Gob gonna find another. And the rest of the attack trying to push in from the labs. It's Soulcas with one. A couple of those utility pieces from the Rays going to connect, but not going to take anyone down. Another round on the board here for Team Taimou. 5-0 start, but Bach. We've seen this before. Team Taimou, they get the engine going, but unfortunately, there's a big boulder in their path. Every time they hit this wall, they hit this roadblock, where the opposing team starts to get comfortable, starts to find out how this team plays, their little finer nuances. We'll see if Team izak are going to find that out here, because they have yet to put one on the board.
Back to a somewhat standard setup that we've seen from them before, with izak playing aggressive on long, using the leer to peek long after a short delay. No backup this time around, though, for izak, who would be potentially taking that duel solo. Decided not to throw the leer out. You've got the Sage on site. Gob playing inside. Oh, actually on top of the Tunican. We've seen that position played by Gob specifically numerous times. izak peeks on long, spots one, starts to call for some additional help. Zonix, who was rotating out of position, starts to come back, trying to tap fire into that corner. Just can't get the Vandal under control. Somehow, despite the shots being oh so close, very limited damage dealt by the Rays.
Execute is still going to go through, but izak has other plans in store, pushes through with the leer. He's got the Empress locked and loaded, but it's bittersweet as he's already out of the picture. Up on the wall, it's Gob, but he gets a face full of lead from Soulcas. The headshot going to connect down now to the 2v3. Spike gets to go down, and Happy will pay the price from the roaming Brimstone. TrilluXe also going to be taken down, but the portal call likely going to be the case, as Lothar does not hear the teleport. I believe he was out of range. But here's the second one. 10 seconds left on the clock. It's going to be close. Raze pushes through. Lothar needs to get into position. One wall bang is going to seal the deal. And use the recon bolt to spot out who's on the opposite side. Shoots with the op, but will not connect. And Soulcas going to run right over, pick it up. And another great round here for Team Taimou. It's already at the halfway point of this half. And yet, Team izak cannot put one on the board.
Every time I see or hear the name Lothar, I think of an old SNL skit that probably everyone but me who's watching this is too young to remember. I don't know if you ever heard of it, because it was in 1989 and 1990. So
I was not alive yet, so
yeah, I mean, I was an infant. I was only a few years old, but I've obviously seen the reruns. There was an old sketch on SNL called Lothar of the Hill People, starring Mike Myers. Anyway, we'll get into that at another point in time. izak peeks out with the leer, and they actually find one, but Happy is there, surprise, surprise, with the trade. And not only that, gets the res as well, so Soulcas bought back into the play. The spike is down, currently in spawn. There's an aggressive play coming out from the Brim, who's pushed through on short. It's TrilluXe. But TrilluXe has got a player on each side and has to watch. Pushes towards one, it's the Raze. Push towards the other, it's the Brim with the spike. One decision likely working out a little bit better, but unfortunately goes the wrong way, gambles the wrong direction. Now you've got a quick shot coming out from Zonix, though, on the Sheriff. Nice shooting, Tex. It's going to be a 3-on-2. They've got a Raze in the middle. Cypher's trying to take care of that, and he does, picking him off over on the site, and now it's the Sova coming through from heaven. The man we were speaking of, Lothar, can't make it work. Taimou spots him with the operator. Again, it's just from bad to worse. 7-0. I'm starting to worry that we might have a shutout.
You know, this is one of those things where if Team izak do not have an operator in play, it becomes exponentially harder. They rely on it so much, and you've got these X-Factor players from Team Taimou. Look at this replay. Zonix, the only one able to, the sub, for crying out loud, the stand-in for Link, able to get some of the dirty work done. Unfortunately for the team, not able to close things out. We're seeing a little bit of a force buy, a variance in weaponry. Starting to play a little bit more aggressive to try to make something happen. They need these opportunities, but it's just quick kills that are traded away. Of course, Team Taimou are able to get the job done, and so far it's quite even. So Look at Happy now try to push through. The paint shell's going to make things a little bit more difficult as they're trying to chip them away. Around the corner he goes, does not expect Happy to be looking in the other direction, and now things have dwindled down to the 2v2, but Onscreen has done great work here on the A side, pushing as far as the defender side spawn, giving them the space to plant on the A site. And now with Onscreen taking down his counterpart in Lothar, it's all up to Zonix to clean things up.
Zonix does end up getting hit by the tripwire. The rocket comes out, but doesn't opt to fire it immediately. The fuse still ticking down. The rocket's going to come back out. It's launched back towards the back of default. The owl coming out of heaven as well. Zonix on 7 HP. This round's over yet again.
Wow.
Taimou could have finished it off with the sheriff. Feels right at home with the pistol in his hand. At one point in time was a McCree main, as well as playing the Widow. 8-0. How many times are we going to say blank 0? We'll see if izak can put one on the board. Hopefully it's before they reach magic number 13. I mean, look at the performance coming in from Taimou. It's not even like someone's having this crazy game. Happy has 10 kills, but everyone's playing okay. On the opposite side, you know, you've got Zonix on 3, Lothar on 3, 4 for Gob B, 4 for izak, 6 for TrilluXe. And the money is a big problem too. They're forced back down to pistols so consistently.
You know, you mentioned Taimou playing the McCree. You have to say that the sheriff probably feels so comfortable to use for Taimou, used to the way that the McCree gun kicks. And Lothar finds himself in a corner, survives the orbital strike. They probably think that it's clear, so he's in a great position here. Let's see what he does with it. The push is already starting to happen from the showers. It's Onscreen that'll trade things back for Sonics, and a great position for Lothar. It pays off. He's going to swing the corner. Maybe should not have done that. Bite off maybe too much that he can't chew. And now izak will seal the deal. Things are not looking so good here for Team Taimou, as it's the eco that is boding well for the defense.
You will not kill my allies.
There's the res coming in from Gob B. Are we finally going to see a round? There's still players over on B.
My ult's not ready.
You've got Soulcas playing the back elbow and able to pick off the rotated player coming through from spawn. Now the spike's going to be planted. There's the ult coming out from the brim. The Leer as well. You got to take out the Leer flash. Can't just try to dodge it, and that's exactly what happens. Now it's all on to the Sage, but it's Happy. Who else would you want in this scenario? Oh man, they tried to put up a wall. You think that's going to stop him? It never has in the past. Counter wall coming out from Happy, who's using the smoke that's down to dodge what's coming towards him. Happy's playing this one masterfully, using that wall, boosting up over the top. There's Happy. We've seen it time and time again. Happy consistently uses his own wall for his own benefit, and this time it's a 1v3 clutch as a result.
G2 Happy when this man needs the team, and he needs it stat. Look at this replay. Using the smoke that the opposition put down to his own advantage. We talk about his boost plays, but here he is using the terrain that the opposition put up for him to his own advantage. Another round on the board for Team Taimou. And it's 9 straight. Have not stopped, have not dropped a beat. Now moving on to the next round. They're going to keep running it back like clockwork. This team, izak, are trying desperately to put one on the board. And so far, nothing has been sticking. Not even a 1v3 can take out Team Taimou.
That was like the one chance for them to get on the scoreboard in this first half. It seemed like it was the most likely. They threw down the wall, they threw down the smoke, they threw everything they could at Happy, and it's still not enough. Absurd. Like, what are you supposed to do at this point? I mean, they are just getting outplayed, outclassed. There's the wall coming in from the defense to try and delay the push. The wall is a little bit off the mark as Gob B falls back behind it. izak will get things started over on short, quickly traded out, a trade back for TrilluXe onto pit. So it's a numbers advantage right now, at least for the time being for Team izak. There's a nice shock dart in, scares TrilluXe for a second as it almost connected, but Taimou's actually snuck onto the site. Surprise, surprise. The op has made it into an advanced position. Ult's gonna get popped. The Hunter's Fury coming out from Lothar. Hasn't yet connected with the spike. Happy, in the meantime, has managed to bring things down to a 2-on-2. Gob B's on the flank. Look at the aggressive push coming out. Happy, though, caught off guard by Lothar, who's coming back down from heaven. Didn't anticipate that play. The spike has been planted. Lothar's been taken out of the equation. It's all down to Gob B on the flank.
Finds one so far, but on the opposite side, it's the gatekeeper, Taimou, but Gabi says, let me open those doors wide open. It's the first round on the board here for Team izak. Finally, they address their demons and push through, but still there's a lot of rounds left to go. 2 more remaining in the half, but it's a big hill to climb. They've got the operator in play. And of course, Team Taimou have more credits than they know what to spend. But actually, it's not looking as healthy as we originally thought. I think some of these rounds have gotten to be quite expensive. But the double op play, pyth saying, I want a piece of the pie too. Let's see how he makes it work alongside team captain Taimou.
Could you imagine what it would look like if there wasn't limitations on agent selection? A 5-on-5 stage battle? Just walls everywhere. Slow orbs.
Yeah.
It'd just be insane. Everyone can heal.
Yeah.
You've got the op again here for Lothar. izak finally wins a round thanks to Gabi. There's going to be that first pick coming out from the op, a response pick by Taimou. Gabi playing aggressive, more aggressive than we've seen typically from Gabi over on this B site. The slow orb goes down. The nade offering some support and a wall to follow here in a moment. Unlike his counterpart not going up on top of the wall, hanging back behind it instead. izak is waiting, pushed aggressively on short. Down goes Happy. izak right around the corner, does go for the dismiss, and again the dismiss. So now moving up closer towards mid. There's only one left over on this B site. The other player over on A. It's the Cypher who's on long. pyth trying to work up with the operator, and Taimou also on the op. So this is going to be a little bit uncomfortable and an expensive round, but izak does drop, trying to find out where this last player over on the B side is. And now the support is coming in. pyth picks off one more. Not like this. There's no way they lose another round the same way they did before.
Neural Theft as well, going to spot things out. It's going to be Xanax hiding in the tuna can. And a couple of fishermen are coming, and they're up to no good. They flush him out with the orbital strike. pyth going to find that one. Already swapping over to the Vandal. That spike will go down. It is up to Lothar now. He's got the operator, can still get the job done, but he's peeking ever so slightly. The flick will not connect. And it's pyth keeping the momentum into the favor of Team Taimou. Another round on the docket. Last one in the half. We'll see how Team izak are able to try to close this out. Can we see a 2-10? Judging by the economy, does not like it's going to be the case. When you're in a position like this, you're not able to afford the best of the best. This is where you just try something risky. You know, on paper, you're supposed to lose this round anyways, but what's a 5-stack through the shower is really going to cost you if you're already feeling like you might lose the round. Try something spicy and try to throw Team Taimou for a loop.
There they are.
I feel like that last round really was just a massive misstep. You know, izak plays aggressive, drops the spike. They have a 4-on-2 with spike control. And izak goes away from that, and I think they just kind of lost sight of the fact that they had spike control, and the whole round just falls apart. I mean, that is just a devastating round to lose. I mean, at this point, at least it's not a shutout, but you're starting to wonder whether more rounds are going to come in here for Team izak. As the damage is delivered, izak gobbles it up, and then gets hit by the operator as well. His teammate, Lothar, trying to get in position. TrilluXe gets flushed out of the showers. Lothar's in the U-Haul, going to send out a recon dart as the molly fades. Going to start firing away with the Stinger. The Stinger just goes too wild, so the recoil's not going to be really coming under control in time to finish off that kill. The Sheriff in heaven also not producing any success. It's a 1-on-5, a flawless round to end regulation. That's the way you put your stamp on a first half.
Now let's talk about the repercussions. Usually when we see a half like 6-6 or 7-5, the pistol doesn't really mean a whole lot. You know, it's just business as usual. But here the pistol means a lot more for Team izak. If they lose this pistol, this upcoming round, where we have Team Taimou on defense, especially with a Cypher to keep them at bay if things get a little hairy towards that B side. Of course, that's not looking like where they're going to start things off. But losing the pistol potentially means losing the game. The opposition will have a lot more credits to spare and will likely outgun and outrun. So very important for Team izak to come out on top here.
This is where we win.
Smoke's down.
11-1 right now. Team izak wondering, what do we even do? Gotta win this pistol, obviously. but this is just rough. There's really no other way to put it. This is brutal. Happy's going to start to swing out. Gets dropped by TrilluXe, so it's a promising start to the pistol round as they try to work their way in towards A. Soulcas there with the nade. Bomb Buddy going towards U-Haul as well. Soulcas knows there's one there as the Bomb Buddy's been gunned down. Taimou on the other side of the wall trying to find an angle. Recon Dart about to come out here. Lands high. Pulse comes out. Spots two, so they know there's two players currently over towards the cubby. That's going to be Lothar and the Brim. There's now one more over towards the U-Haul and one in showers as well. Lothar, though, popping his head out from the position they knew he was in. pyth comes through with the shotgun, the shorty. And now it's Soulcas as well. They've still got to deal with this player in showers, but there's one short hiding in the corner. Time is starting to become a problem. Nade goes too deep, but it bounces back. Doesn't matter. Counter nade coming out from Zonix. And it's now a difficult time for them to try and get onto that bomb. The spike is going to pop regardless of what Zonix does. It will be a second round. Team izak doubling up their first half round total by winning the pistol.
Oh, okay. One round at a time. They've got a lot more to go. 9 rounds to be exact, and of course this one can feel like it's going to look pretty. You know, if I'm the defense here, honestly, I might even force up. I mean, it doesn't look like that's what they're going to do, but you're going to throw Team izak for a loop if you force up. Of course, it's going to be the pistols. Taimou actually looks like he's got a Phantom. Not really sure how he was able to afford that. Looks like it's just a visual bug. But for the opposition, it's going to be Gob B with the Phantom. See if he's going to be able to make it work. Taimou with the Bucky trying to get the job done. Unfortunately, finds himself in the cubby graveyard. And now slow orb to stop the push towards A.
Onscreen, trying to hide inside the smokes, pops through. Not able to stop the spike plant. But here's Soulcas coming in with the nade and the Sheriff. That works out quite nicely. And now actually the ult's available as well. There's a possibility that the Showstopper could have an impact. There's still a nade in play. There's the ult coming out, and there's another one for Soulcas. It's down to a one-on-one, and the nade is going to come in. How does he decide to approach this one? I like the idea. Go all the way around. Flank from short. Catch them off guard. The spike about to be planted, but Soulcas has to be careful. Can't make too much noise. The fast play coming through. But there's a read coming in from Zonix, understanding that he could still be in the showers, trying to plant on the backside, trying to stay protected from short. I like this move.
Oh, there's a Phantom to the right. He could have picked it up. I feel like that would have made a little bit of noise, but still, he's going to get up close and personal with the Bucky. It's a guaranteed kill if he gets close enough. Around the corner he goes, sees the last remaining player. But it's cleanup duty here for Team izak. 3-11 the scoreline, still a long way to go. And unfortunately for Zonix, not able to pick up that Phantom that was on the ground. Would have been nice to have that. Moving into the next round, looks like the defense are going to get locked and loaded, spend all their credits. This should be a round that they could compete in for the side of Team izak. They need to keep the momentum going, and they can't stop here. An important round for them to continue to win, but very difficult considering the economic stance.
izak making that push, trying to fight for the comeback. Like we said, it starts in the pistol and it goes from there. Here, though, they're going to have to fight against rifles. pyth is going to potentially eat some damage coming in from the nade. The cyber cages come out over on the B site, and there's the spam through as well. Good work coming out from pyth. Also using that stim pack to speed up the fire rate on the Phantom. izak falls as well as pyth continues the rampage here on site. pyth not going to find one more, but does get some help there from Happy. So while pyth may have fallen, it's down to 2, and look at the damage dealt. Brim on just a few points of health. Same with the Raze, sitting below 50. Zonix, it's not going to stop him from going on the attack, but the lurk is in. Onscreen's coming through from the flank. They have no reason to anticipate this. It should be a double, but not going to be a double now after one does fall. There's the backup. Onscreen fans the first 7 shots, but it doesn't matter. His target was just a brush away from death. 12-3. They hit that secured point of 12, knowing that they're going to be guaranteed at least overtime. We knew it was coming eventually. It was really pyth, though, that got things started with that stim pack by spraying through the cyber cage and finding the next.
Yeah, once that spike down was in the corner, very difficult to get to. Even if the opposition was able to get a couple of kills here and there, it would have not happened without a couple of trades. And so 3v2, do the math, not going to have enough of a lifeline to secure that round. The odds are against him here on Bind, and still have to find out what that next map will be, because maybe Team izak could try to turn things back around. That's always a possibility, but so far, not going to be the case. A couple of kills already traded away, but Happy on Happy duty, already taking out TrilluXe, and Xanax will follow suit. Down to 2 members remaining. izak with the Vandal, but unfortunately Lothar, he's only got a Sheriff.
I mean, here's the thing. It's a 4-on-2 right now. It's likely going to close out 13-3. It was inevitable that we were going to hit 13 rounds. Just with the way they played the first half, it was obvious that Team Taimou was just stronger, at least on bind, if not in general. Lothar trying to keep this game alive, trying to keep it going. The recon dart's going to come in. There's a counter recon dart from the other side, so they know where they're at. The Lear comes out as well. They're trying to flash them in. Nice nade coming out, and that's how it's going to end. A 4K for Soulcas in the end, but it's a nade that closes out the final round. Team Taimou